I want to get right to Dan Howley from Amazon to Apple. Dan, some details starting to emerge on what Apple's iPhones will look like later this year.
Yeah, we're looking at potentially 4 new iPhones. There will be 2 high-end versions and 2 lower-end versions that will likely replace the iPhone 11. We still haven't heard about when the next iPhone SE, that entry-level iPhone, is going to come. It's supposed to have come back in March, but obviously things got pushed around because of the coronavirus outbreak. These new phones, the top-tier ones, would look similar, according to this Bloomberg report, to the iPad Pro. And that means basically instead of the rounded edges that you have on the current iPhones, the XS and XS Max and 11 Pro and 11, what you'll get is just kind of a flatter edge, sort of a hardened aluminum. It's kind of reminiscent of the iPhone 5. So a lot of people will probably enjoy that design. It's a nice departure from what we've been seeing on the iPhones. In addition to that, all 4 phones are said to get 5G wireless technology. That's something that's really been important for this generation of iPhones. It's going to help push a lot of sales, according to analysts. And then beyond that, we're looking at potentially a smaller HomePod. Now, the HomePod is, in terms of its overall sales in relation to things like the AirPods or the Apple Watch, it really just kind of was limited as far as capabilities based on what Apple did. They didn't originally allow third-party offerings for music or voice companions. It really was just Siri, and Siri obviously not as functional as the likes of Alexa, so they're going to probably improve on that a good deal. Smaller version, hopefully a lower price. That $399 price tag was pretty high when it came out. And then those new iPhones. So we'll see if they all still come out in the September timeframe, but we may end up seeing them pushed a little bit further down the line. The launch event, again, that's still up in the air as whether it'll happen in September or not.
And Dan, to your point there, what about the supply chain? I mean, will Apple be able to meet demand? That's if the demand is there, with so many Americans now not going to be working.
Right, yeah, you talk about 16 million people out of their jobs. A lot of people are said to be looking at these iPhones as future upgrades. They have several million iPhones out there that need to be upgraded. I think it's around 300 million or something along those lines that are in the upgrade opportunity window. So those people may not think to go and get them now just because they're thinking about where they're going to, how they're going to be able to pay their rent since they're out of work at this point. We'll have to see where the economy is to determine how many people will end up actually upgrading. Obviously, the global economy, because Apple is a hugely global company. But as far as the supply chain goes, I think that is well taken care of for Apple. They haven't said anything in regards to slowdowns from products being made, and obviously a lot of the companies out of China that produce Apple products are back online, at least partially. So they should be well positioned for the next iPhones.
All right, Dan Howley, keep me posted when you get the Apple demo devices. We could do a Zoom call.
For sure.
All right, Dan Howley, thanks so much.
Hey investors, Zach Guzman here. Are you interested in learning more about the markets and getting the latest financial news? Well, then click right here to subscribe to our Yahoo Finance YouTube channel. Get the latest up-to-the-minute market analysis, big interviews in the world of finance, and information on how to manage your money every day wherever you are.